You won't believe the puzzles I found in this haul. 21 gems from the thrift stores and libraries. Some old, some brand new, and all for a steal. So join me as we unbox this puzzly treasure together. Hi there, this is Vicki. Welcome to Puzzles and Purrs. And today I'm going to share a bunch of puzzles with you that I've gotten either at the thrift store or on library visits. I think I mentioned that some libraries around here have a library. It's not really a swap, but they have puzzles and you can go and exchange one of your used puzzles for one of theirs and take it home. So I will let you know as we go through the puzzles, whether it's from the library or a thrift store, but let's get started because we have a lot to get through. Okay, let's start here. This one is from the library and the box is a little damaged. I don't know if you can see that there, but do I care? No, because it's a beautiful puzzle. Let me tell you the name first and see if we can get an artist on this. Brilliant Balloons, and the artist is Tom Antonishak. Okay. And then it says DBA Joseph Burgess. So I don't know if he does business as Joseph Burgess as well, but that's the artist. 500-piece Ravensburger, Brilliant Balloons. And look at that. Isn't that pretty? So I do hope all the pieces are there because even with the damaged box, I could not refuse. I love the colors on these balloons and the sky. It is just gorgeous. Okay, so that was puzzle one. Number two, another Ravensburger, also from the library. This one is also 500 pieces and it is called Cozy Bathroom and it's by Olga. And I actually have a White Mountain puzzle or two by Olga. So she does beautiful work. And Cozy Bathroom, let's take a look. Look at that. You have that beautiful view of the Eiffel Tower. I'm sure most of you have a view like this from your bathroom where you sit with a candle and a book and roses. Those roses? No, just flowers. But yeah, this looks a lot like my bathroom. I don't know about you, except instead of a dog, I have a cat. And instead of a view of the Eiffel Tower, I just have a window that's high and you can't see out of it. But beautiful puzzle, 500 pieces, Ravensburger, Cozy Bathroom. Very pretty. Okay. Number three, a White Mountain puzzle. I know, shocker, right? Okay, this one I got at the Goodwill, $2.99, and it is called I Love Georgia by Charlie Gerard. Now, Charlie Gerard is a popular White Mountain artist. He does a lot of their collage style puzzles, which I do enjoy. They're kind of pick and place puzzles, but they are a lot of fun. Let's see some of the things we can find on here. Dr. Martin Luther King over there. A very unflattering image of Jimmy Carter. I don't think it's meant to be unflattering, but I do recognize him. Oh, of course, Waffle House. I've never been to a Waffle House, fun fact. So, and I do love waffles, but I've never been to a Waffle House. Let's see anything else exciting on this. Oh, Gone with the Wind there. And I think that's for Georgia Bulldogs, the college team, but I could be wrong. Okay, I Love Georgia. That's 1,000 pieces by White Mountain. Another White Mountain puzzle, this one is 550 pieces, is called Doors of the World. I got it at a thrift store for $3, and it's by Lois B. Sutton. Now, I know her as mainly an artist, but this appears to be photographs, so maybe she is multifaceted. Doors of the World, 550 pieces. I am always excited when I can go to a thrift store and find a White Mountain puzzle that I do not have in my collection because I own many, many, many White Mountain puzzles. So, Doors of the World. I'm not as big a fan of photo puzzles as I am of illustrations, but since I didn't have it, I'm going to add this one to my collection. Okay, so what are we on? That's puzzle number 4. Puzzle number 5 is a really cute one I got at the thrift store for $3, and I think you're going to see why I had to pick it up. So, Lazy Cat's Beach. Look how cute that is. It's by a puzzle company I never heard of, and when I looked them up, it seemed like they're not even in business anymore. It's Theo's Puzzles. So I don't know if you've ever done a puzzle from Theo's Puzzles. It says designed by Molly Teagan. So I don't know if she is the artist, but yeah, I tried to go on their social media and it didn't seem like they were still producing puzzles, but I could not resist those cute kitties. And you even have some hot air balloons in the back, which I always like. So $3 for this 1,000-piece puzzle called Lazy Cat's Beach. This will be a fun one to do next summer. Okay, number 6. Excuse me. I got this one at a thrift store. It was $3. It's a Magnolia puzzle, 1,000 pieces by, let's see, Magali Modou, Modous. Sorry if I didn't pronounce that right. Yeah, did I say what it was called? It is called Pop Art Mosaic. And I love puzzles like this that have little squares. I always find them fun. I find them easier than your traditional puzzle and easier than a White Mountain style collage, which is just kind of like a bunch of random things. Okay, yeah, Magali Modou. Oh, she's a Swiss-French artist. And here she is on the back. So I could not pass up this cute Magnolia puzzle. Okay, I think that's 6. I am going to stop counting because I will invariably lose track and I don't want to have to stop to recount everything. So it's a lot of puzzles, okay? I think it's 21 puzzles total. This one is a pomegranate puzzle that I got for $3, and it is totally not my style. It's called Monteverde. It's an art puzzle. The artist is Charlie Harper. And the reason I got this puzzle was because I really wanted to try a pomegranate puzzle, because I have heard amazing things about the brand and I've never tried it. So even though this puzzle is totally not my style, it looked kind of fun, and I'm super excited to try the brand, and at $3, I could not pass it up. So, okay, next. This was a brand new, still shrink-wrapped Ravensburger puzzle, and it was $1.99. It's a 300-piece, and let's see if we can get a title. It is called Happy Animal Buddies. Aww. Oh, look, it's normally retailed for $17.99, and I paid $1.99. Okay, Happy Animal Buddies, 300 pieces. I did not see an artist name, but I'm going to take another gander before we put it down. Look how cute that is. I mean, look, there's kitties, there's puppies, there's a bunny, there's, oh, is that a little hamster? Oh, by the way, we have a hamster. I know I always talk about our cats, Phoebe and Sophie, but we do have a hamster named Gus. He is old, very, very old. He's 2.5 at this point, which is really old for a hamster. And he's still going strong. He's really cute. He's really cute. He's getting up there, though. Yeah, for sure. So let's just see if there's an artist I can find. Happy Animal Buddies. No, I am. Oh, wait. Howard Robinson. Okay, this is honestly the smallest artist credit I have ever seen. Okay, I don't know if you can see those little teeny words. That's it. Look at all the space they take for just explaining puzzle pieces. But the artist's name is that tiny. Okay, well, Happy Animal Buddies. Next, this is another brand new puzzle that I got at Goodwill for $1.99. And I could not leave this puzzle behind because A, still shrink wrapped, brand new, but it's a Christmas puzzle. It is called Santa on Shelves. And not only is it a Christmas puzzle, it's a round Christmas puzzle, which is super cool. I don't think I have any round Christmas puzzles. So this will be a first. It says down here, it's a family puzzle. And so it says it's various piece sizes, great fun for the whole family. So I will have to do that and let you know if it is indeed great fun for the whole family. Let's see if I can find an artist. Bill Bell is the artist. And it says here, this puzzle copyright is $19.99. So pretty cool. Look at that. Doesn't that look like so much fun? And so many Santas. Yeah, those beards are going to be tough, aren't they? Okay. Another new puzzle. This one I got at a library. The library, yeah. Okay. It's by Heritage Puzzle Inc. and it's called A Country Christmas. The artist is Barb Tortolot. I'm certain I mispronounced that, but if you are an expert in names, you will let me know. Look how cute that is. Okay, I am a sucker for anything with one of those red pickup trucks in it. I watch a lot of Christmas Hallmark movies, and a lot of them have a red pickup truck in it, so I had to get it when I saw that. Plus, it had never been opened, so yeah, I'm pretty excited. It's a really cute one. Okay, that's 1,000 pieces. Let's move on. Okay, wait, I had one here. I finally got my second workshop puzzle, which is this one here. It's from the thrift store. It was $3. And I was told last time I shared one of these workshop puzzles in a tube that they now make them in boxes. So I really like this one because I love the thickness of the puzzle pieces. This one's called You're Stronger Than You Think. It was $3. And the artist is Frida Ra. And look how lovely. You have a whole area dedicated to her. Look. And look at the size of her name. Pretty good, huh? They even throw a photograph of her there. So thank you, Workshop, for really acknowledging your artists. 500 pieces, stronger than you think. Okay, let's start this pile. This is also from the library. It is a masterpieces. It's called The Secluded Cabin, 1,000 pieces. Look at that. This is another, I feel like, summer puzzle. So I'm going to have to save this one for next summer, but it just looks like so much fun. They're having the best time on that dock. Is that a cat or a dog? Yeah, look, there's a doggy, and over there's a kitty, probably looking at some fish in that lake. Let's see if there's an artist on this one. There is, Marie August Anderson. Very nice. Okay, The Secluded Cabin, 1,000 pieces from the library. This one I also got at the library. It's an Amy Stewart puzzle from Buffalo, 1,000 pieces, called Breakfast in Bed. And guys, look. I would love to have breakfast in bed with those two. They are so cute. Look at them. So here's a little fun fact. Sophie sleeps in the bed with us, with me and my husband, every night. And my other cat, Phoebe, does not. She sleeps on the floor near the bed. I think this is because Sophie is a little territorial of the bed and kind of gets offended when there's another cat in there, because I think she thinks it steals her attention and hugs and cuddles. But these two don't have a problem, do they? Look at them happily sharing that bed. They're loving it. So I could not resist. I love Amy Stewart. I love cats. And yeah. Okay, next. This is from Goodwill, and they actually had 3 of them. They're kind of separated now, but let's see if I can share them all together, because all 3 were there at the same time, and they were right next to each other. So because of the theme, I have a feeling that somebody did these puzzles, donated them all together. Okay, $1.99. This is called Eye Exam. It's a 300-piece buffalo puzzle. And how funny is that? The cat is getting glasses. I know, right? Look at that. So funny. And I love a good 300-piece puzzle. They're quick and fun. Let's see if we have an artist on this. Let's see. Laura Heffernan. Laura Heffernan. Really cute. Okay. So right next to this one at the Goodwill was this one, which is a little hard to see because they put a sticker on it, but another 300-piece buffalo puzzle. And can you see why I had to get it? I think any puzzler would love this. It looks like so much fun. And I'm pretty sure I've seen this image on other puzzles with larger piece counts. If you know about that or you have it, please let me know. This is called, very appropriately, Relaxing with a Puzzle. And that's what I love to do. And if you're here, I imagine that's what you like to do as well. So $1.99, 300 pieces, relaxing with a puzzle. Okay. Then right next to that at the Goodwill for $1.99, I love this one so much. It is a 300-piece puzzle by Buffalo. It is called Norman Catwell. Look, he's doing a self-portrait, but instead of seeing himself like that, he sees himself as a big, ferocious tiger. Is that the cutest thing? I love it. I love when cats are doing people things, and maybe imagining yourself to be a little bigger than you are is something some people, and clearly some cats, do. Let's see if we can get an artist on this one. Is this the same woman? Let me just see something, because the last name looks familiar. Yeah, Lucia Heffernan. So she did both of these 300-piece buffalo puzzles. Aren't they cute? And I really got a deal on this one at $1.99 because clearly when they bought it, wherever they bought it from, they paid $6.73, but I only paid $1.99. Norman Catwell. So cute. Okay. This is from the library, and not my typical style of puzzle, but it is a buffalo puzzle from their Bonjour line, and I'll tell you why I got it. I got this because I really like their Bonjour line. I did a puzzle by them and thought it was a lot of fun, so that's why I took it, even though it's not my typical style. I typically don't go for just a bunch of flowers. I usually like a scene or an image, but let's see what we can find out about this. It is called Gradient Flora, which makes sense. And let's see if I can find an artist for this. Gradient Flora. Megan Crandall. Megan Crandall, oops, did Gradient Flora. So from the library, there you go. Next. This I bought at a thrift store for $4.50, and it is called, oh, I hope that that's true. They wrote complete on it, which would be lovely. I feel like it's called Doorstep Raiders. Doorstep Raiders by Buffalo Puzzles. The artist is, oh, Steve Reed. I love his stuff. 750 pieces. And look at those cats. They are just going for all that milk. So, of course, when I saw cat puzzles at a chipmunk, he's getting some too. They're all grabbing that milk that has spilled. Now, the question is, did it spill on its own, or did a crafty cat, maybe this one here, knock it over so they could all have milk? I don't know. If you know cats, you know they are pretty darn smart. Maybe this is why they stopped doing milk deliveries to homes, because cats kept knocking them down and drinking the milk. Okay, Doorstep Raiders, very cute, $4.50. Okay, this one is adorable. This is $4, 300 piece from Masterpieces and their Memory Lane line. It is called Violet Lives Here, in case you couldn't guess, by all the purple in it. And it's really cool. I don't know if you can see, even the car says Violet on the license plate. I just loved the purple colors in this. I loved the rainbow. And when I turned it over and saw who the artist was, and that it was Chris Bigelow, I had to get it because I love his work. So thank you, Chris, for a beautiful puzzle. Hopefully it has all the pieces. Okay, just two more. We are just whipping through this, aren't we? Okay. This one I got at the Goodwill, $1.99, 500 pieces Springbok, called Coastal Illuminations. It is so pretty, isn't it? I'll probably save this one for the spring, maybe. I'm not sure. I might do it sooner, actually. Yeah, I'll probably do it sooner. It's too pretty to wait. I love it. I find that they don't usually have their artist names on these. So let's see if it says anything here. Oh, it does. Alan Gianna. I know he's done some White Mountain images, but I have to say the ones I've seen of him from White Mountain are very dark, whereas this is just bright and so happy. So I've passed up his puzzles in the past because I've just found them too dark, but I love this one. So $1.99, Goodwill. And finally, this 1,000 piece Springbok, which I bought because I was going to add it to my fall collection. It is called Golden Days, which I don't know if it really makes sense for this puzzle. I mean, nothing about it seems particularly golden days to me, unless they mean golden like the sky. Because yeah, the truck's a little old, but when I think golden days, I think like, I don't know, back in the day, not really. Maybe I'm just misinterpreting the title. But I love it. I love the farmhouse. I love the quilts. Here's something interesting about this puzzle. This one I got at the thrift store for $3, okay? Usually I look really carefully when I get a puzzle at the thrift store to make sure that it has all its pieces. Well, I didn't look so carefully on this one, though I think that you would have to have a pretty eagle eye to spot it. There's a clue on here that one of the pieces was missing. Can you spot it? Okay. There's a little poster here of a cow, which somebody circled, I don't know if you can see, with a pen. So, and it's like kind of like a black bluish background, and they circled it with a black bluish pen. So rather than put a little note that it was missing a piece, they just circled that. So I probably would not have bought this if it was missing a piece, but I did. And when I did, I looked through it to see what piece it was missing. And we actually discovered or think that it wasn't missing a piece as much as one of the pieces are broken. So if you're familiar with Springbok puzzles, you know they have a lot of just wonky pieces. So I think that one of the pieces was broken and we tried to fix it. So let me show you what we did. My husband likes to consider himself a fixer. I think most men like to consider themselves fixers. So what we did was he found a puzzle of mine that was, I keep puzzles that are missing pieces. I usually keep a couple on hand and I keep them for parts. And the reason I do that is if I ever come across a puzzle that's missing pieces or that I want to fix, I'll have the parts to do so. So he found a puzzle that had parts that were art piece that was big enough. And this is the piece that we think was broken right here. So it was actually just like that. And then he added on this section here. But the problem is when he added this piece on, he made it from an old puzzle piece from one of the puzzles that we have that's missing pieces. It didn't match the rest of it. So I gave the box to my daughter. She's really she's a really good artist. And I had her color in this piece here. So it's the part that says milk, or the beginning of the word milk, and the part of the cow. So I'm going to put it together, just this little section, to show you how it looks when it's all put together. Now, is it perfect? No, but is it a lot better? And can the puzzle now be puzzled and with all the pieces there? Yeah. So I am impressed with my husband and my daughter. And of course, my daughter was hard on herself and didn't think she did such a great job, but I think it's pretty cool. Okay, let me see if I can turn this over to show you. And I'll hold the box up so you can see, even though the picture is really small and really dark. So that's how we fix that piece. And I'm keeping the pieces in an envelope just to make them easy to find. So we fixed the puzzle. So that's pretty exciting. Okay, there you have it, 21 puzzles. And I'm so excited. I want to hear from you. Which puzzles did you like best? If you were thrift shopping or at the library and they had puzzles, which ones would you have bought yourself? Have you done any of these puzzles? Tell me all about it in the comments. You know, I love hearing from you guys. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you like this video or you like any of my content, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel to grow and helps me to keep doing what I love, which is talking about puzzles, doing puzzles, buying puzzles, all the puzzle things. So thank you, and I will see you next time. Bye.